Hello, my name is Sky, and this is my very first YouTube video.
I mean, you've given 5-star reads to things that I would not think would be a 5-star.
I have lots of questions for my husband, but I told him that I wouldn't say anything or ask anything. The guys really pissed me off. Everyone that you meet has a POV. Babe, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced can. Oh, Okay, that's a lie. Blake is the funny guy. But does he die? This channel, I'm going to do a lot of things with books, and then here and there I'll probably do like vlogs and just stuff that I enjoy and that I love and that I just want to share with you guys. So I thought as my first YouTube video, I would do something that I haven't quite seen. Reading my boyfriend/husband's recommended book series or books. I am going to read my husband's recommended book series. It's the... Babe, what is it called? My husband is the reason why I started reading again. I used to read back when I was in middle school, when I was young. My very first ever series that I enjoyed and fell in love with was when I was probably 9/10 years old. My 5th grade teacher had recommended my mom the Spiderwick Chronicles series, and I fell in love with it. That is what started my whole reading journey. But I didn't quite get into reading as much as I am now, where I read almost every single day. My husband is the reason why I read every single day. He recommended a book called The Perfect Marriage by Genevieve Rose, and I was hooked from the very start, read the book within 2 days, and since then the rest is history, and I've been reading for the past 2 years. Now I decided I'm going to pull the plug and make YouTube videos in regards to everything that makes me happy. So I'm going to start off with the man who started my whole book journey.
What did you say?
I said I'm going to bring in the man who started my book journey, and my husband. This is my husband. Why do you gotta make it awkward? This is my husband.
Hi.
What's your name?
Nick.
Nick. He is going to explain the book series that he recommends me to read. Mind you, this has been a long time that he's been recommending this for since I started reading, huh? Mm-hmm. 2 years? Mm-hmm. It's been 2 years. What is it called? And then, no, what is the series called? And then explain the series.
It's Kings of Quarantine is the first one, or it's the Brutal Boys of Everlake series. It was a romance academia.
By the way, this is my first time hearing about this book. I'm sure you've explained the story to me before, but that was years ago.
It's a 4-book series, and I read it in about a week, all 4 of them.
How fast do you think I can read them if you read it in a week?
A few days. Yeah,
all
a couple
4?
days. Yeah, I read the last 2 in a day and a half.
Okay.
I read them in 2 days. I was blowing through.
Well, how long are the books?
About 500 pages. You can get it done in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
If I'm into it.
Yeah, it's really good. So I read this during COVID time too, which made it really interesting. But it was some sort of virus that was happening. And then this girl's dad basically was a scientist and had to send her to this private school so then he could work on this virus, essentially. It was kind of like a college, kind of like your fourth wing, those type of things. It's a college. And then there's these boys that run the college, essentially, because they're the rich dudes of the place. She basically is the rebel to how these people are wanting to run this school. She ends up falling in love with them and some other stuff. So I don't want to give anything away.
So how this is going to go is I'm going to read all 4 books. If I don't enjoy the first book, I don't know if I'll keep going. But my goal is... You think I will?
Yeah.
Probably.
The freaking book is awesome.
Okay, so if I enjoy all 4 books, at the end, we're going to come back here. I'm going to tell you how I felt about the book and everything. And then your goal is to guess my ratings on each book. So there's 4 books in the series. You have to guess each rating I put towards the books.
Do we get to talk about in between?
Well, no.
So you're not going to talk to me about...
It's going to be at the very end.
You're not going to talk about any of these books to me as you're reading it throughout the whole time?
No.
You talk about books every chapter. So that's a...
I am going to tell them my rating during, but you won't know until the very end.
Okay.
How do you think I'll rate the books? And then we'll see if you got it at the end.
I mean, you've given 5-star reads to things that I would not think would be a 5-star read. I'd say you'd think it's a 4.5. They're really good. And the
And
series
you
just
think
gets
they're
better.
a 5-star for you?
Ooh.
Or what are they to you?
So there's 4 books. The end of the 4th book, I just read through it because it was worthless. I would say it's a 4.5 as well.
The whole series
If that
together.
last part of the 4th book wasn't there, it'd be a 5. And there's a particular piece to this book that I don't know if you're going to like it or not, so we'll see.
Okay. Okay, I'm at 21% through the book. It's been about 5 hours, and I've met 8 characters, and I have lots of questions for my husband, but I told him that I wouldn't say anything or ask anything. And plus, I've already asked one question, something like really simple, and he won't give me the answer, so it's not like he's gonna help me anyways. So far, the main characters in this book is Tatum, Saint, Blake, and Cayenne. Is that how you say it? But he goes by Kai, but it's Cayenne. I don't really have a favorite at the moment. My husband believes I'm either gonna like Saint or Kai, and he says that because they're the bad guys. But so far, it seems like Tatum is going towards Blake. But that could be because Blake was the one to show her to her dorm room. So, first impression type of thing. I don't know. I do believe I could read this book by the end of tomorrow, more than likely. So, let's see if I can do that. I do work full time, but I managed to read books within 24 hours anyways still. So it won't count. So if you hear all kinds of noises, just know that I'm a mom. I have kids. The TV's on in the background. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys because it's been almost a week now. This book, I'm almost done with it, but I'm not gonna lie. I did not read it for about 2 days. Okay, I did not read it. I was so pissed off. The characters the guys really pissed me off. The whole time in the back of my head throughout this whole series, all I'm gonna think about is how does she end up falling in love with these guys, you know? They're so messed up in the head. The stuff they do, the torture, the everything, okay? Read the triggers before you read this book because holy heck, this book is only book 1. What is to come in the rest? And I had asked my husband that night, when will I like them? Will it be at the end of book 1? Or do I have to wait till the end of the whole series? And he goes, you won't like them for a while. And I'm like, what is good about the series then? And yet he thinks I'm going to fall in love with at least 2 of the boys out of 3. I am currently 87%. And my husband gave me no trigger warnings, but that's okay. I chose to do this video. I'm going to stick it out through this video. I will say it's not a bad book. The writing is well done. Absolutely love the writing. The story, I don't know. Like, I'm enjoying but yet at the same time, I'm not enjoying the main characters. Well, I'm enjoying the girl main character. I'm not enjoying the guy main characters. There's one guy that's quite like that's shown in there. Mind you, I love multiple POVs. Okay, so this book does wonders with POVs because everyone that you meet has a POV besides like her friend that she makes there and all that. But there are 4 guy POVs and there is Tatum, the main character, girl character. I enjoy one of the guys' POVs and I enjoy all the POVs because even though they torture and abuse her, it's good to hear like how they actually feel in the moment. But when you hear it from Tatum's side of it, I'm like, girl, gone, be done. We got to experience Tatum in her lethal stage where she fights finally, okay? And that's the kind of bad woman I am looking for, you know? So I just hope that like I could stick with that. Like, let's stick with the bad Tatum. God, I love the one guy's POV so much. He's got so much hate to the other 3 that at the same time I don't, because he's like using Tatum to get to them 3 and like I don't know, there's a whole bunch, okay, and I'm trying not to spoil. I don't want this to be a spoiler. I am desperate to get to a good part in the book where I actually start liking some of the guys. Me starting like book 2 type thing, okay? Okay. No. The last time I sat and talked to you guys was when I was 87% through the book. I did finish book 1, and I will say I did start enjoying the ending. The ending, like it ended really well. So now I've started book 2, which is Kings of Lockdown. And so far, I don't know how to feel about it, you know? How book 1 ended kind of changes how the rest of the series goes. I asked my husband, I said, when is the spice? Because at book 1, there was one spicy scene, and then there was like I call it a half spice scene. It was nothing. I said, so that's what, 1.5 that you got through the whole book of 1? He's like, oh no, like book 2 or book 3 is when you'll start seeing more spice. And I'm like, okay. But I don't know if I'll see that because I don't think Tatum is going to let her guard down. So I may be thinking that the spice is in book 3. But we'll see. So far, it's good. We're not seeing so much of Monroe at the moment. I just got on his chapter, so we'll see how this goes because how book 1 ended, I'm assuming Monroe is going to be more within the series. I really love that because I think Monroe might be my favorite. Obviously, he's my favorite in book 1, but he's not part of the Night Keepers. And the Night Keepers is, of course, Blake, Saint, and Kian. I believe it's Kian. I had this discussion with my husband after I was on here and I started saying Kian. And I was like, babe, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Kian. I don't know. Does anyone, if you know how it's pronounced, then put it down in the comments because I'm now reading his name as Kian. I don't think it matters. It's either Kian. Kian's just weird. It's like cayenne pepper, which he is a little bit like cayenne pepper, a little bit like spicy, a little bit zesty. Well, in book 1, I kind of started falling for Kian. I think he can relate to Tatum more than the others. But I did see, there was a snippet at the end, or was it the beginning of book 2? Either the end of the book or the beginning. It was book 2. It was the beginning of book 2. Where Saint had said something to Tatum, and obviously they have something related too. So I'm assuming all of them are going to be a little bit related. But book 1, I personally... Oh, think I told my husband my rating. I've already failed this. I fail at this shit. Literally, anytime I'm reading a book, even if it's a book my husband hasn't read or doesn't plan on reading, I will tell him, or even if he plans on reading it, I will tell him how I feel about the book. I will express my emotions to him. I think I'm gonna rate book 1 a 4.25. So now we're on book 2, 8% through. Look at that glare. I hate the glare. But then look at the nose. Look, it's got indents. Now I can't even see me. Oh well. We'll just... Hello? Last time I spoke to you guys, When was the last time I spoke to y'all? That was days ago. Days ago when I think I was finishing... Or no, I was starting book 2. Well, guess what? I finished book 2. I'm on book 3. I'm actually 20% in to book 3. And let me tell you guys, I'm giggling. Book 2 ended crazy. We are now, like, the boys are coming, you know? They're showing their love. They're attacking still, but they are, what is the word I'm looking for? Book 3, I think it's going to be my favorite. Now there's going to be some SHIT going down. And let me tell you, Kai is my favorite. Kai's my favorite. Kian, however you say his name, I love him. Monroe's becoming a dick now. But I can see why. Like, it makes sense as to why he's being a dick to Tatum. But at the same time, why can't he see her reasoning behind it, you know? Blake has always been the sweetest, okay, that's a lie. Actually, no, he was the first one to hate Tatum. He was the first one to love Tatum, and then he was the first one to actually destroy Tatum. But now his sweetness is fully out, and it's all for Tatum, and I love it. Let's rate book 2. So book 1, I rated like a 4.25. I think I'm gonna drop it. I think I'm just gonna say a 4.0. And book 2 is gonna be a 4. Book 2 is really good. I'm gonna say like a 4.75. Book 3, we'll see where book 3 ends up, right? You know what? That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that Blake is the funny guy in this whole thing. You know, like in a scary horror movie, there's always that one person who just enlightens the mood because they're the scaredy cat, as well as their actions and like the personality, the way they are, you know? That's me, by the way. If there is ever a zombie apocalypse, just know I will be the one to lighten the mood, but I will also be the one to die first. He is so funny. Everyone else could be serious, and then there's Blake. I'm gonna really binge through book 3. I'm gonna bring you guys along. We're gonna read together. I'm just not gonna read out loud. Babe? Tell me Kian does not die from the virus. Please. Seriously. Babe. Does he die? No, does he die?
Keep reading.
No, does he die?
Is he your favorite?
Yes.
Who said he was going to be your favorite?
You? But does he die?
I can't spoil it. Have fun.
Yes, you have to.
See you later. Have fun.
No.
Keep reading.
You have to tell me, please.
How sick is he?
I just got to a part where... Babe. I can't. I won't finish it if he does. I won't finish it. He's my favorite. Yes. All I need is a yes or a no.
They're being very 100% on the next play that they're making.
Thanks,
They're
sir.
having lots of
That's it. Yes. I had to get my reaction. All right, let's spill some beans. No, buddy, no. Let's talk about this series. What do you want? Huh? I in fact did finish book 3. Book 3 was so good. It was so good. As you guys can tell in the couple of clips that I did have, that you were able to see that I asked my husband a serious question because I for real was panicking, in panic mode, okay? And we were also at my mother-in-law's house. And then you also saw the clip where I found out some stuff because I was at the end of the book. I was freaking out. And now that's where we are, because stuff happened at the end of book 3 that now book 4 has me gasping, and I'm gonna read this book so fast. I can already tell you guys. Okay, I am obsessed with this series. I am going to rate book 3. I'm gonna rate book 3 a 5-star. And I told you guys in the beginning that book 3 was probably gonna be my favorite, and I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it. But my husband did say book 4 is also just as good because of the scheming and the plotting, and everything that happens in book 3 still continues within book 4. It's just the ending that is kind of like, it should have ended halfway through the book is how he took it. We'll talk in a little bit, okay? physically cannot. I can't read anymore. We're both gonna be just eating. Welcome to my mukbang.
What?
Mukbang?
The hell's a mukbang? That doesn't sound correct. What's a mukbang?
Maybe we'll film a video and you'll know.
Filming one right now.
It's gonna die. Do I have another battery? I'm gonna lose my crap.
Oh, I think so.
Okay, stop. I finished the books. Yeah, books. What?
You don't know if you read one book or seven?
Yeah, I finished it. Today is, what's today? Wednesday.
The 15th?
No, today's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday, and I finished the book on Saturday?
Yep.
Yes, I finished the 4th book on Saturday. Okay, I'm sick of the glare. Sick of the glare. I'm gonna have to keep looking at you so the glare's not in my glasses anymore.
I don't have glare on my glasses.
Okay, let's get to the point because the battery's going to die.
Okay.
So now we're gonna see if Nick got the ratings right on how I rated each individual book, and then we're gonna see if he has any questions. I'm gonna see like if I have questions for you, you know. Okay. Book 1.
4.
How did you know that?
I don't think you'd give it a 5.
Why? Because I struggled so bad.
Yeah, I don't think you'd give any of these a 5. Like I read them in like 2 days, and you've read like this is the longest I've seen you read a series.
I know it's taken me like a month.
I'd say a 4 in total.
No, not in total. We're doing individual. I told them my ratings.
The actiony one, so the third book I think was when all the action happened. The third or the 4th book was when all the action happened. I think you'd give that one a 5 because you like action.
Okay, babe. We rated 1. What is 2?
A 4.
Close. I rated 2 a 4.75.
Whoa. Why you? So I have to go point numbers now?
Yes,
Okay.
babe. There's
So you
four.
could've-
There's 4.25, 4.5, or 4.75.
What did you not like about it that didn't give it a 5? Like, why didn't you give it a 5 if you're giving it a 4.75?
Because the boys were still being rude.
Okay.
The 3rd book was what?
The 3rd one?
Yeah.
Was it? There's 4 books, right?
Yes, babe. Your
Yeah.
his favorite series, and he doesn't even know.
Oh, I think it would be 5.
Yes!
It was a 5 on that one. Just 'cause
Yes.
There's so much
Book
action.
3 was the best book out of all of them.
There's so much
That was
stuff.
the book I actually read in 2 days.
Yeah, that one has so much stuff happening to it.
No, that one just had such good stuff happening to it, you know? No, not like that. It both ends, okay?
Alright.
And then what did I rate? I don't think I told them what
So
I
is the
rated.
4th one when they get her, like, out of everything? Like, when they save her?
That was the 3rd.
The 3rd, okay.
The last one, babe, was them going after Saint's dad.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I remember that.
What would I rate that one?
4?
Yeah. But the whole book overall, 5-star to the writing. I love the writing.
Yeah, writing style's
Okay.
good. It was a fast, like, it was really well done. I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guess who my favorite male character was?
Saint. You like Saint toward the end.
Ooh! Yeah. Okay, I like Saint in the last book.
Yeah, not the first couple.
Not the first 3. No.
Yeah.
So, obviously, between 4 books, if I only like Saint in the last one, who overall did I like?
Kind.
Yeah.
That's just he was
Yeah.
nice in the beginning. Well, he was still kind of an asshole.
But he's asshole because of other people towards her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I get that. But Saint.
And they relate more
Uh,
than Tatum relates to the other guys.
well, so Saint's relationship though, you don't like him till the 4th one because that's when he opens up about all the shit that
About
he's
everything
going through.
he's gone through.
Yeah.
That's when he fully opens himself up to almost everyone.
Yeah, so that's where
'Cause
that changes.
Saint is very closed off throughout the whole series until the 4th book.
Yeah, and that's why
He opens up a little bit at the end of like book 3.
yeah.
But yeah, Kyan, whatever. He was the best male character. Okay, I loved Monroe in book 1.
So to use my book recommendations, good or bad?
Good.
I'm
In
glad-
the end,
I'm glad we finally had that on camera.
I would give the whole series. What rating?
4.5.
Yeah.
4.5.
Good.
Did
I
you
think-
stop reading at the end of it, or did you read the whole thing until the end?
I
of it?
skimmed.
Yeah, the last part of
No,
that book was.
I liked the ending a little bit because I'm the type of person who wishes that a little bit more of like after everything happens, what happens in the end, you know? So I liked when they did 2 years later, 5 years later, you know, and then they got a big. The camera.
Gross.
It's not.
Looks a little better.
The camera died. But to finish it off, the ending I liked personally, but in the beginning of this video, Nick discussed that he hated the ending. Well, not really hated. He just thought it was not necessary of it. But I'm the type of person, and if you guys are the type of people, that if you like to know what happens after everything, like years later, to see how their life ends up actually being together and like if they do stick together or not, then it is recommended that you should read the ending of the book. But I did skim it because like authors do tend to write like, I don't know, the way you describe like Stephen King and how he details, they don't quite detail, but they put in stuff that's like, okay, get on with it, you know?
So the like towards the end of that last book was a lot of like, okay, I get it. I get what's happening. You can save so many words. So what's the next book that you're reading?
A series.
What?
I'm powerless. I'm going to finish the last book. It just came out.
You have to reread them because you didn't.
No, I know them by heart, babe. My mind knows.
Okay.
Okay, let's close. That's it for today's video. Thanks for joining me. And my husband, what? This is why I can't record with you, because you laugh at me when I do stuff. That's it for this video. Thanks for joining me in my journey on reading my husband's favorite series. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see him again, put it in the comments. Say bye.
Bye.
Henley, give him the chalk or something. Are the glasses too much? Look at that glare. I hate the glare. But then look at the nose. Look, it's got indents. Over it. About to flip the screen so I can't even see myself. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. And it's pissing me off.
I'm allergic. I don't know.
I forgot. We're both gonna be just eating. Who's this? Okay.
2 seconds.
I am. The camera.
Gross.
It's not, I know.